He was cuffed in front of his kids. But when the cop learned who he really was, everything changed. This powerful story will make you think twice about bias, justice, and what it really means to see someone for who they are. From a father's heartbreak to a nation's wake-up call, don't miss this emotional journey. It was a warm Saturday morning in Charlotte, North Carolina, one of those spring days that wrapped around you like a warm hug. The kind of day made for pancakes, a park visit, and maybe an ice cream run with your kids. For Dr. Marcus Ellison, it was a rare day off. A renowned black pediatric neurosurgeon at Carolinas Medical Center, he rarely had full weekends to spend with his twin boys, Carter and Caleb, both 9. His wife, Ayanna, had flown out that morning to speak at a Women in Tech conference in D.C., which made Marcus both dad and mom for the day, and he was ready for it. He had planned it down to the hour. "Seatbelts on," he called out as he ushered the twins into his sleek black Tesla Model S. "Dad, can we go to the skate park after the zoo?" Caleb asked. "Only if you beat me at air hockey first." Marcus grinned through the rearview mirror. They were halfway through their packed day when Marcus pulled into a gas station just outside South End. He didn't need gas, just a bottle of water and maybe a juice box or two. The kids were laughing in the back, noses deep in their iPads, oblivious to what was about to unfold. Marcus stepped out, his tall frame dressed in a charcoal gray Nike hoodie, joggers, and sneakers. Nothing fancy, just dad gear. But to Officer Brent Halter, a white 38-year-old patrolman with 12 years on the force and a chip the size of Texas on his shoulder, Marcus looked like a threat. Not a father, not a doctor, not a law-abiding citizen. Just black, tall, in a Tesla, alone. That was enough. As Marcus came out of the store holding a water bottle and some snacks, he noticed a cruiser pulling in fast. He thought nothing of it. Then he heard it. "Show me your hands." He turned slowly, startled, only to be met with a service weapon aimed directly at his chest. "You match the description of a robbery suspect." Officer Halter barked. Marcus blinked. "I'm just here with my sons. They're in the car. On your knees, hands behind your head." Confused, stunned, and suddenly very aware of the growing audience around him, Marcus knelt. In the back seat, Carter and Caleb stared, wide-eyed, terrified. "Daddy!" Carter yelled, unbuckling his seatbelt. "Stay in the car." Marcus called out, trying to stay calm even as Halter roughly cuffed his wrist behind his back. "You have no right," Marcus began. "I have every right," Halter interrupted, "until we sort this out." Marcus was placed face down on the hot pavement. His water bottle rolled under the cruiser. A white couple walked by, whispering. "Probably stolen Tesla," someone murmured. And in that moment, Marcus wasn't a father or a neurosurgeon or a citizen. He was just another black man in handcuffs. Officer Halter paced, called in Marcus's plates, radioed in the so-called suspect description. He was sweating now, visibly irritated, but something wasn't adding up. The dispatcher came back. Vehicle registered to Dr. Marcus Ellison. Pediatric neurosurgery. No outstanding warrants. No criminal record. Lives in Myers Park. Halter blinked. "You're saying he's a doctor?" "Yes, and he's listed as medical faculty at UNC Charlotte and CMC main campus." In the meantime, Caleb, who had grabbed Marcus's iPad from the front seat, was trying to show it to another officer who had arrived. "That's my dad's work. Look, he's a doctor." The officer squatted beside the boy. "What's your name, little man?" "Caleb Ellison. And that's my brother Carter. Please don't take our daddy. He helps sick kids." The officer looked up at Halter, then back at the tablet. There was a picture of Marcus in scrubs, standing next to the governor during a hospital ribbon cutting. His badge read, Dr. Marcus Ellison, M.D., FACS. Marcus was uncuffed, but not immediately apologized to. He stood slowly, wrists red and sore, dignity crumbling in pieces around him. "I didn't know who you were," Halter muttered, avoiding eye contact. "You shouldn't have to," Marcus said softly. Pain laced through every syllable. "I shouldn't have to be somebody for you to see me as human." By then, several bystanders had started recording. A small crowd had formed. some already uploading the footage to social media. The officer who had talked to Caleb handed Marcus a bottle of water and nodded. "You don't have to say anything now, sir, but if you file a report, you've got multiple witnesses." Marcus looked over at his sons, now silent, still buckled, their eyes swollen from tears. He said nothing, just opened the car door, got in, and drove away. It took days for Marcus to speak publicly. When he did, it was in an op-ed in the Charlotte Observer, titled, "When My Children Saw Me Cuffed." It began, "I save lives for a living, but in that moment, I couldn't even protect my sons from seeing their father stripped of dignity. I wasn't a doctor to that officer. I was just black. And that is a problem." The story exploded. National news picked it up. Interviews followed. Protests, demands for training reform. Officer Halter was placed on leave, then resigned. But Marcus didn't ask for vengeance. He asked for understanding. "I don't need revenge. I need change. So no other black child has to watch their father get cuffed for simply existing. Racism doesn't always wear a hood. Sometimes it wears a badge. And sometimes justice looks like a quiet man telling the world his truth, so the next man won't have to." The op-ed had barely cooled in the press before Marcus's phone began to buzz nonstop. CNN, MSNBC, NPR, even the Today Show. They all wanted to hear from the Harvard-educated neurosurgeon humiliated in front of his kids. But Marcus wasn't interested in being a headline. He wasn't looking for fame. He wanted change. Still, when an invitation arrived to speak at a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on racial profiling and police reform, Marcus knew he couldn't say no. This wasn't about him anymore. This was about Caleb and Carter, and every other black child who lived with the knowledge that their father could be mistaken for a criminal simply because of his skin. So he flew to D.C. In a crisp navy blue suit with calm eyes and slow, deliberate words, he addressed a room filled with lawmakers, activists, and cameras. "On May 5th, I knelt on hot pavement while my sons watched me be handcuffed like a criminal, without cause. I'm not here because I'm a doctor. I'm here because I'm a father. Because no degree, no tax bracket, no accolades can protect a black man from the fear of being misidentified and mistreated. We need better training. We need accountability. And we need officers who understand that serving and protecting doesn't mean humiliating and harassing." The room was silent. Even the usually combative senators sat still. And when Marcus left that day, it wasn't with applause, but with something far more powerful, respect. Back home, Caleb had stopped playing outside. Carter kept asking his grandmother strange questions. Can the police arrest doctors? Are we going to be safe when we grow up? The incident had done something to them, etched a fear that Marcus wasn't sure how to erase. So he sat them down one night. No cameras. No statements, just a father and his sons. "I want you both to know what happened that day wasn't your fault, and it wasn't mine either. It was ignorance and fear. But I promise you, I will spend the rest of my life making sure this doesn't happen to you." Caleb whispered. "Are they going to come for us too?" Marcus swallowed hard. "Not if we make enough noise that the whole world hears us." And that's exactly what he did. Over the next year, Marcus partnered with educators, activists, and nonprofits to launch the Caleb and Carter Foundation, a program aimed at bridging the gap between law enforcement and communities of color. The foundation hosted workshops where officers had to spend full days with local black families, eating with them, playing with their children, listening to their stories. It wasn't just diversity training. It was humanity training. News outlets began covering it. The New York Times called it one of the most innovative reconciliation models in modern policing. Some departments resisted, but others embraced it. And they started seeing results. Less community tension, more trust, and fewer wrongful stops. Marcus didn't ask for praise. He only wanted to give his kids and others a world where police weren't feared. One Sunday afternoon, over a year later, Marcus took his boys to the same gas station. He wasn't sure why. Maybe to face it. Maybe to reclaim it. They pulled in. Same pump. Same corner. And as they stepped out, a police cruiser pulled up. Marcus instinctively tensed, but quickly realized the officer wasn't the same. This one stepped out, removed his sunglasses, and extended a hand. Dr. Ellison, I just want to say thank you. I've gone through your foundations training. It changed the way I look at my job. I used to see threats. Now I see people. Marcus nodded, shook his hand. That's all I ever wanted, he said. Caleb grinned. Carter whispered, It's different now. Marcus looked at them, sunlight catching their growing faces. Yes, he said, because we made it different. Justice isn't just punishment, it's progress. Marcus never wanted revenge. He wanted reform. And through pain, he built purpose. Through humiliation, he found his mission. And through a single act of racism witnessed by his sons, he became a catalyst for change. Because real power isn't in proving you're important. It's in proving we all are,